God of War Ragnarok has a very compelling and some would even say controversial ending. We get to see what happens to Kratos as he changes from a traditional figure that we've seen for the last 5 or 6 games into something new. Well, it's been discovered that that ending actually was supposed to look a little bit different. The YouTuber and modder Omega Fantasy discovered a secret cut ending that was developed, produced, and was left on the cutting room floor. It centers around the story of Sinmara the Ice Giant and Surtur. As you remember in the game, we create Ragnarok from Kratos stabbing his blades into the heart that's in Surtur's chest. The cut content shows a bit of a different outcome. It picks up right after we did this and he was turned into Ragnarok, but Kratos and Atreus have yet seen whether or not he succeeded. From this point, the pair start on a journey to actually find Sinmara, who is in the game, who has models that Omega Fantasy was able to find and looks really interesting as seemingly this massive godlike entity. And basically, they trick her into killing herself. It's a very interesting take on a story that didn't really need to be told this way. Now, the dialogue is not voiced in this. It is just some written files. So bear with me. I did my best impressions of the duo and got a little bit of help for Sinmara. But here is essentially what would have happened in this alternative ending.
What if he's wrong?
Wrong?
This whole thing seems off. They couldn't be together, so they swapped hearts, which somehow didn't kill them, and you having Surtur's fire in your blades is supposed to be enough to replicate Surtur's heart? It just feels like we're cheating.
What other choice do we have?
Maybe we should go get Sinmara too, just to be safe.
Atreus, you hear how he speaks of her. That is a man who will die long before he sees any harm come to his beloved. We have cheated before. We must trust him.
Did we mess up?
We did not know what would happen.
And he didn't know either.
He tried to help us.
Yeah, and in the process might have screwed everything up. And what if this doesn't work? This is our last chance to get Ragnarok. What if...
You are right. We do not know this will work, but the heart of Sinmara remains. So as you said, there is a chance.
I hope that's not Sinmara. If it is, it sounds like she knows Surtur's gone. Sinmara, at least we won't have to deliver the bad news.
This realm grieves with her. Stay alert.
Sinmara! Even from here, she looks so big. Sinmara!
Atreus.
How else are we going to find her?
You will attract unwanted attention. This realm is nothing like I remember it.
Well, we're pretty far from Ivaldi's. Guess the realm's natural state is completely different from the maze of a paranoid dwarf. So instead of poison mists, we get the chance to freeze to death.
I heard my name.
Told you it worked. We're, here to...
Leave.
We have to follow her.
Lead on. Atreus, approach this with caution.
I know what I'm doing. Sinmara, wait! We need to talk to you. We know what happened.
I said leave me. We promised. He promised me we'd see each other again.
My name is Atreus. This is my father, Kratos.
If you know what happened, you'll forgive me for not feeling hospitable at the moment.
We're people who can help. We want to help.
Is that why you're here?
Surtur's dead. But what you don't know is that he was murdered by Odin. Ragnarok is coming. Odin knows the prophecy and would do anything to keep it from coming true. We came to you because we can't defeat Odin on our own, and to maybe give you a chance at vengeance.
You watched him die, and you let his murderer walk free? How were we even considered a threat? We've been apart for so long, I didn't even get to say goodbye. He's just... gone.
We know this feeling.
I wasn't even there. Perhaps I could have done something if I'd known.
You are not to blame.
I want to be alone.
Being alone isn't always helpful.
You really want to lecture me?
No, I'm sorry. I just mean that pitying yourself like this isn't going to do anything.
Ah, so much worse than a lecture.
Don't you want to do something about this?
No, not now.
Please, Sinmara, just a few words.
So you claim to know what I think, and you ignore my request to be alone.
It's not what you think.
All right, enough. I understand. You feel bad for me and you want to help. But I promise, nothing could be of more help than the two of you leaving me alone.
Wait, where are you going? The spark is back that way.
Follow her.
We promise to keep ourselves separate for the good of all creation, and this is the thanks we get. And I'm somehow expected to do this? To go through this without him by my side?
Look, you're not the only one who's lost someone to Odin.
Is that why you're here?
We're trying to stop him, keep him from hurting more people. Ragnarok's the only way.
That's certainly something. You have no idea what you're asking, do you?
Wait, where are you going?
My home. I need time to think. To grieve.
Why did you lie to her?
It was the only way. How else were we supposed to get her to help us? She would probably have just accused us of killing Surtur.
We did.
Right, and then she would have never spoken to us, or worse. Besides, what's she got to live for? You've seen how she is. As long as she comes with us to the spark and does her part, it doesn't matter what we tell her. And if it doesn't work, she'll just be dead.
And if she does not choose to come?
She will. Sinmara! Are you kidding me?
Your call drew it to us.
What do you want from me?
Try speaking to it. Understand it.
Okay, yeah, maybe we did disturb it and maybe it's hungry. But how are we supposed to know? Stupid dragon, mind your own business next time. Come on, Father, we gotta get to Sinmara.
Your behavior since Midgard. This is not what I taught you.
Not what you taught me. Close your heart to it. That's what you taught me. How is this any different? If we're going to take revenge on Odin for Brock's death, this is how we do it.
Son.
No, I'm willing to do whatever it takes to see our friend avenged. Are you?
I hoped it would not come to this.
Is there something you do differently? Some other option we have that I'm missing?
We will finish what we started. Just ahead.
He forged these, you know. Each and every one. For me. United in grief. United by the cause of that grief. Everyone thinks they're untouchable. Until destiny comes a-calling. I hope that bastard's ready. Odin will have what he fears most. Ragnarok is indeed coming.
You are not alone in your pain. Our friend, the one Odin killed, this spear was his work. I fight for him now.
To the spark. I'll get us up there. Earlier you spoke of vengeance.
Well, I know it won't bring back our friend or Surtur, but it will bring us peace.
You truly believe that?
For us, it is the only way forward.
I had hoped that the next time I left Niflheim, it would be to reunite with Surtur.
Will, joining with his heart resurrect him?
We'll see, I guess.
That's comforting.
Surtur would have loved that little trick. I'll meet you across.
You continue to speak of vengeance. It will not give you the satisfaction you seek.
How can you say that after everything that's happened?
I only ask you consider what you truly want.
I want Odin dead. I want Ragnarok to burn everything he's worked for to the ground. That's what I want.
I see him. I'll see you soon, my love.
It worked! I can't believe it! We've got Ragnarok on our side. Surtur's plan just worked. In case that wasn't clear, the basic premise was Kratos and Atreus were unsure if this was going to actually achieve Ragnarok, so Atreus, being full of vengeance, decides to lie to Sinmara, say that Odin was the one who in fact killed Surtur, and trick her. So it's really an uncompromising and unflattering portrait of Atreus, but it is a good juxtaposition of what happened later in the main ending when there's really that climactic moment and Kratos says, no, I was wrong. You shouldn't close your heart. In this cut ending, Atreus literally says that you need to close your heart and, be away from these sorts of more noble pursuits. Now, there is some voice content, courtesy of Omega Fantasy, after you've beaten the game. Kratos isn't very happy about what happened, especially because it's not really necessary for the story. If you recall, in Ragnarok, they didn't even need the monster Ragnarok because of this change of heart. So Kratos has an idea of how he can make things right.
Heart of Sinmara.
Ragnarok. Asgard's destruction must have split their heart in two.
What of it? The creature served its purpose, for better or for worse.
When joined, they were not themselves.
Something you're not telling us, brother? Well, if you're that bothered about it, perhaps the other heart is still out there too.
Why do you care about this monster?
They fought for a lie, and I allowed it.
What lie?
It does not matter. But the creature was born from its telling. Irrational. Grieving. If we had told the truth,
My brother might still be alive?
perhaps.
We found Sinmara's. Surtur's probably survived too.
We will find it.
Surtur and Sinmara, reunited at last.
Freya. I am sorry.
No. You did what you thought was right. To win the war. Apologizing to me for this makes it sound like his death was a tragic accident. Freyr knew what he was doing, and he saved us because of it.
That is no excuse.
Maybe a moot point. You sure you want to leave the hearts here, brother? The spark of the world is brimming with primordial magics. What if they bring Ragnarok back to life? What if they figure out what you did?
Then I will deal with the consequences.
So yeah, this is the completely alternative take. They had Sinmara, they had a voice actress, but ultimately they decided to go another way. I think it was the right choice. What about you? I would have liked to see Sinmara, but I do think this sullies the transformation of Atreus a little bit. Love to know what you think.